Welcome, everyone, to this special edition of Life Vantage, an overview where we are going to be introducing you to products, opportunity, and most importantly, real life stories from people in the field of education. My name is Marisa Maggio Harrelson. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and I have been a part of Life Vantage actually 11 years today. Happy anniversary to me. We're going to take about 30 minutes today of your day to just join us and learn a little bit about all of this activation wellness. So we ask that you focus this time on you and your health, because so often we hear, one of these days I'm going to start taking care of my health, right? But often one of these days never comes and it's too late. So LifeVantage is leading the way in activation, activating our bodies to function and perform more optimally. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about my story. I got involved with LifeVantage by overhearing a conversation at yoga. I teach yoga, meditation, and all things health, all things LifeVantage. I'm a former television news reporter. I worked in that industry almost 20 years. I gave that up to be with my children, to be at home, but I was always searching for something that could create an income stream to bring into the home and help with our household. However, it was LifeVantage that truly became so joyful when I learned about this by overhearing a conversation. And I saw the incredible science. So I just invite you tonight to take a look at all of this and listen to these stories of beautiful people that we have that are going to be sharing their stories in the educational field. So I am going to, oh yes, now here we go. So you may or may not have heard about oxidative stress. It is the root cause of inflammation, which is the cause of all diseases, including aging, and it affects every organ system in the body. It happens naturally as we age, but more so now than ever before. Did you know that in the United States, there have been over 85,000 chemicals introduced since the Industrial Revolution? And these toxins create free radical damage that attacks our cells. And the attack of our cells is called oxidative stress. And our cells have their own defense mechanism where they kick out antioxidants to reduce that oxidative stress. But our cells can't keep up with this process as we get older or have this higher toxic burden. But Protandim Nerf 2 activates our cells. That's our flagship product to make antioxidants 24/7. It's not magic here. It's just activating our body to do what it does naturally by lowering that oxidative stress, and then allows our body to have the opportunity to function more optimally. So if you haven't had a chance to watch the ABC Primetime Investigative Report, please ask the person who invited you to this meeting to send it to you. Our hero Protandim product was formulated in 2003. Now in 2005, John Quinones, 11-time Emmy Award-winning reporter from ABC's Primetime, interviewed the researcher who created Protandim to debunk the theory that a little yellow activator could naturally lower oxidative stress. He had his blood tested, and it took Protandim 2 weeks in his body. After those 2 weeks, the blood test showed that his blood level of oxidative stress went down by 45%. Now, this was the catalyst that spawned universities and institutions to do their own self-funded studies on Protandim. And it was this broadcast that created a frenzy, and Protandim started flying off the shelves of GNCs and Rite Aids and Whole Foods. And it was then that the company realized this product needed a story told. So they switched from the retail to the network marketing model, which is where we are today. In fact, it was a frenzy, and it was on the store shelves, but it was hard to get people to buy it because it took education. So the really cool thing is that a point to notice when that ABC News aired is that researchers from all over the world saw that story as well. And so now we have all these independent studies that were not paid for by LifeVantage. PubMed, they're on PubMed, and this is where doctors and researchers go to get validated science. And PubMed is our US Library of Medicine. So if you type in Protandim, you're going to see 28 clinical peer-reviewed published studies right here. And this is the reason why we have so many health professionals part of our company. It's real science creating real change. So now we're going to talk collagen. Now, who has tried collagen? We know that there are thousands and thousands of collagens out there in the market. There's powders and there's creams and there's pills and there's broth. But how do we know what makes them different or if they are even working? Well, now, what if I told you that there is a collagen that actually activates our own body's natural collagen making process? Sounds too good to be true? Well, it's not. Our liquid collagen does just that. It's the only collagen that activates our own collagen production, as well as replenish, maintain our own collagen. And it's a hydrolyzed marine collagen in a liquid form. It is bioavailable, and that's very important. It's easy to digest, and it tastes absolutely delicious. I actually feel like it tastes like a dessert. So, did you know that our bodies contain 28 different types of collagen? Now, collagen lines our eyes and our brains and our intestines and our joints and our ligaments. Most collagens on the market contain about 1 to 2 types of collagen, but our True Science liquid collagen contains 10 types. So you're not only going to see the difference on the outside to your skin, your hair, your nails, but you're going to feel the difference in your joints, your ligaments, your gut health, and so much more. So please make sure to take before photos before taking our collagen and note how you feel inside as well. And here's why. This is Betty. Seriously, I saw Betty at our convention in New Orleans earlier this month. Real people with real results. We have vetted over, we have all these photos to show you, and because our bodies are producing their own collagen, we will see the results pretty quickly all over. Okay, so take lots of photos, natural light, all different areas of the body. What I noticed is my biceps changed. They weren't as crepey as they used to be when I would do downward facing dog in yoga. So this is a snapshot of our LifeVantage family of products, our product line. I like to call this our cast of characters, all designed to work in synergy in your body to affect every organ and every system, providing optimal health for you. And it's slowing down the aging process so that you can live a life that is more quality, a quality life. So LifeVantage is the perfect vehicle. It's leading the world in the way of activating wellness. We have about 60,000 US consultants in the United States, and that's a lot of room for growth. We're a publicly traded, debt-free company on the NASDAQ. Aaron Brockovich is on our board of directors. We have a brand new enhanced comp plan for the next generation of entrepreneurs. It is so exciting. And now with social selling out there, it has just opened up another way for people to connect. Think of how many people are on social media, and you can create leveraged income, and you don't have any assets or any inventory. So now I'm going to stop sharing the screen because I want to introduce some of our panelists that we have that will be sharing their stories. And we're going to start with beautiful Angie Harper. I just love this girl, and I would never know her if it weren't for this incredible company. And that's what I love so much is the community that we have, the people that we get to do life with that are life-minded and like-minded. And I learn so much every single day from somebody new, including working Zooms and technical aspects. Keeps the brain sharp. So Angie's a former kindergarten and second grade teacher, and she lives in Queen Creek, Arizona, with her husband and her 2 teenage boys. While she left teaching many years ago, she still credits her love for learning and knowledge and her ability to inspire people and lead others for her very, very successful business today. So Angie, I'm going to let you take it away. Why LifeVantage, and just sharing with you why so many teachers are really enjoying being a part of this company.
Absolutely. Thank you, Marisa. I appreciate it. So, hi, everybody. Wow. I honestly thought that I was going to be a teacher forever. Ever since I was a little girl, I loved kids and I knew that I wanted to work with kids. And so I became like Marisa said, I taught kindergarten and second grade, and I taught for about 10 years. And my boys were this age at the time. This is Ryan and Nick. They were 1 and 3 years old. And I'll never forget doing the whole rat race, right? waking my babies up at 5:30 in the morning, putting them in their car seats, commuting to my teaching job, dropping them off at grandma's house, teaching all day long, right? I used to say that my patience was gone at the end of the day, picking my babies up. I would commute home in bumper to bumper traffic, do the whole dinner, bath, bed story, and then wake up and repeat. Now, I was fortunate enough that I was a job share. So those of you out there that know what a job share is, it means you do 100% of the work for 50% of the pay. And at this time, around 2007, my husband and I were in a house we couldn't afford. It was during the whole, interest only mortgage craze. And things were tough. Times were really tight. And so I always tell people that this is my first venture in network marketing, but really it's not. I forgot. At the time, I didn't even know it was network marketing. But you guys, I used to sell cookie lead jewelry. How many people know what cookie lead jewelry is? You remember that? I saw this jewelry, my friend was selling it. It was really cute. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make some extra money and I'm going to have jewelry parties. Every teacher that I taught with supported me in my jewelry venture. Again, I didn't know it was network marketing. All I knew was that I would put out this jewelry, people would buy it. I would make 50% profit, and then I'd have to go do it again and again and again and again, right? And that's direct selling, right? You're trading your time for money. And teaching, I was trading my time for money. Didn't matter what time I showed up at school, didn't matter how late I stayed, didn't matter if I went in on the weekends, I was still making the same amount of money. So something clicked in me and I knew that there was something else out there for me. I eventually did leave teaching and I started my own small business. I still got to be with kids. I still got to teach kids. I ran a mobile gym for kids on a renovated school bus. And it was incredible. Being my own boss was amazing, but it was also very stressful. My boys were a little bit older at this time and in the height of playing travel baseball. If you know anything about travel sports, you know that they pretty much consume your life. And so between, wearing my mom hat, driving my kids to practices and games and trying to teach on the bus, everything was on my shoulders, from marketing to sales to the website. I had employees and I never could turn it off, right? That wasn't time freedom. If I wasn't there working, that business wasn't running. And so that stress really started to grow on me, and I developed some pretty significant health issues. And that's what led me to this flagship product that Marisa just talked about, Protandem. A good friend of mine was posting on Facebook about this product that might help inflammation. And I knew that my health issues were probably related to inflammation, even though I was trying everything to alleviate my pain. You name it, I tried it, guys, and nothing worked. So I thought, what do I have to lose, right? This is, $50 a month. Why not try it? And so I did. I put all of my reservations aside. I never asked her what the ingredients were. I didn't ask to see studies. I just trusted her. And I said, do you think it will help me? And she said, Angie, I think it will, and give it a try. And it did. So 3 months into taking the product, I went to my husband and I said, honey, I think I'm going to sell the business. I'm going to go into network marketing. And his face was like, you're going to do what? And of course, I know that there are people out there, because I hear this, not often anymore, because I think people are starting to really understand social selling, but there are still, unfortunately, some ignorant people out there that say, oh, you're making money off your friends and family, right? And I thought to myself, well, gosh, I taught pretty much every single one of my friends' kids on the Tumble Time bus, and they paid me, right? They paid me. And so, making money off of your friends and family, I don't look at it that way. I look at it like I am blessing my friends and family. Why wouldn't I want my friends and family to know about this? In fact, just this morning, we had a call geared toward real estate agents. And I heard from a friend of mine, why didn't you ask me to be on the call? Right. And so I've learned over the years, don't prejudge anybody in this business. You don't know who needs this opportunity. You don't know who needs this product. And it's not up to you to decide, right? It's up to them to decide. And so that did take me a while to really understand that. But, when I think of teaching, I still consider myself a teacher. I really do. I love helping my team grow. I love educating people on the products. And I was thinking earlier about, the characteristics that a teacher holds that really, I think, make them a great network marketer. And those are, for the most part, teachers hopefully are friendly, right? And they like to smile, especially if you're a teacher of little ones. We're really good multitaskers. We can do a million things at once. We're organized for the most part, hopefully. Self-starters, right? We're self-starters. We get in there. We're pretty good communicators. We love to recognize and praise people. I know when I was a teacher, I loved recognizing my little ones and praising them for a job well done. And I still do that with my team today. And we love learning, right? There's not a day that goes by that I am not filling my brain and filling my heart with more information. I think self-development is probably my favorite part of this entire business. And, it's something that I think about teachers, and I think about, what age do most teachers retire? And that's probably around 62, 65. And this is something, network marketing, that you could do essentially forever. My mom is 71 and she's on my team and she absolutely loves what she does. So I just implore you, if you have it, in your heart that you want to help people, why not give it a try, and why not share these products and this opportunity with those that you love? So that's my story. Thanks so much for letting me share it, Marisa.
Oh my gosh, Angie, that is so amazing. I love all the qualifications that you were just listing off, like check, check, check. Teachers are probably the best ones to be professional network marketers. And the thing is, you didn't know how to do this business. This is your first rodeo, just like it is mine, and probably a lot of people in LifeVantage, right? We just fell in love with the science, but you became a good student as well. You're a teacher, but you became a good student to learn how to do this. And anybody can do it if they really want to change. And we know that teachers work so hard and are not paid for their work. They're not paid what they should be paid,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
They should be annual millionaires.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So
100%.
thank you so much, Angie. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you. And you're well on your way there, I know. She's one of our top level leaders in LifeVantage. So we're going to go now to Michelle Johnson. And Michelle's a mom of 5. She's a grandmother of 4. She's been teaching special education for 27 years. Wow. In the Central Valley of California. She is passionate about educating others on the benefits of a holistic approach to wellness. And I just think, what a special person, and the patience that you must have, Michelle. Oh my goodness. Welcome. Thank you. I cannot wait to hear you share more.
Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me be here, and thank you for allowing me to tell my story. And yes, patience is something I think moms have anyway, but I definitely think when you're a teacher and then you add on top of it special education, and you add on top of that, I teach kindergarten through 3rd grade. So I've had to learn to be very patient, but I think it served me well, and it really has. It's one of those things that also helps in this business, right? So I'm going to take you on a little journey, and we're going to flash back 5 years to the me that was here 5 years ago, searching for a couple of things. I had some health issues I was searching for answers to, and I was also really desperate. I was coming off a really rough year in my classroom, and I knew that I didn't want to teach for another 10 years. I didn't think I had 10 years left in me. At that point, I was, I was tired and I was ready for a way out, and I was really afraid. The state of teachers' retirement, the things that are going on in the economy, even then with the retirement, had me a little scared that I wasn't going to have enough to have the retirement that I wanted. So I really did some research and looked around at some options, but then I reached out to a friend of mine who is entrepreneurial, has his own business. And I said, this is what I'm looking for. Do you know anyone? Do you know of anything? And thank God for Jeff, because he sent me to somebody who shared this opportunity and this information. Jumped on the products and really changed my health. I think the number one major for me was that I had suffered for 10 years from severe depression, clinical depression, and I was on medication that I didn't like because I didn't like the side effects, but it was better than being depressed. So this allowed me within 4 months of being on the products to completely get off my antidepressant medication. And I have not taken any since. So that was huge for me. And that was enough. Thank you. That was enough for me to say, I need to look at this business. I had mentioned I was looking for a way to retire early. I was looking for a way to pay off credit card debt. I just wanted a way out, and I was desperate. I was looking for a vehicle that was going to get me where I wanted to go. And God just put this in my hands, I really feel. This is a blessing for so many people, but for teachers, I think this is such a perfect fit. I could do this in the pockets of time after class, on my lunch break, on weekends, or during summer vacation. We do have that, which is a bonus as a teacher. And I've been able to grow a team, and I've been able to grow a business doing this without having to quit my full-time job. So that was a blessing. I have been able to share this with parents of my students and blessed them and their children, and I've been able to help them. I've shared this with other teachers and have been able to bless them with an option. And I just feel like even if it took one bill off your plate, so at the beginning it paid for my gas, and then it paid for my car payment, and then it paid for my groceries. And today paying for your groceries is like a house payment. Things are just going crazy. And if you don't have a plan for some kind of a second stream of income, you're nuts, or you're independently wealthy. So this to me was an answer to a prayer, and just really a blessing. And that's what I share with other people. This may not be the only answer, but it is an answer. And it is an answer to help you with the life that you want to have, with the future that you want to have. And that's what it did for me. So I always say that two things teachers are good at are research and education, and this allows you to do both. So it allows me to dig in and do my research and share with others what I've learned and help them dig in and do their research. So I hope that all of you do your research and check into this, the company, the products, the opportunity, because this is a vehicle like no other. So thank you so much for giving me time.
Michelle, thank you. And I just love how you even talked about how, you pinpointed things down. If you could reduce your credit card, if you could just pay your gas for the month, or, a home payment, or, food out, entertainment, groceries, everything is so expensive. Gas is ridiculous. And, if we're not finding a way to earn income while we sleep, most of us will work until we are not here anymore. And the thing I love about Life Vantage and the people here is I didn't grow up in an entrepreneurial home either. And I didn't have that mindset of abundance growing up. And so I also came from that mentality of there would never be enough. And what Life Vantage has done, I think, and the teachers are so good about explaining all of this, is it just opened up a way to think differently, to not think about, I don't have enough money, but to know that abundance is a birthright and it is there. And if you can fall in love with the products and a few basic business principles, you will soar as a teacher when you want to share this, if it really gets into your heart and soul. So thank you for sharing that, Michelle. Appreciate it. Appreciate your story. All right, now we're going to go to my dear friend, Amy Dippold. Aw, Amy, I love you. She's a former behavioral health specialist. She's a wife. She's a mom of two little kiddos, or not little. One son is not so little anymore. She came home from her day job 2 years after starting her Life Vantage business. And I've just been able to watch this young lady grow and serve and really become a top leader of our company. She is now homeschooling her children, which I just think is fantastic. She's been doing that since 2020. So she is juggling the roles of mama, of a teacher, and business owner. So she is doing all the above. And I just am so inspired by you, Amy. And I love hearing you talk, so I can't wait for you to share your story.
Oh, thank you, Marisa. Oh my goodness, everybody, these stories. Oh, the stories are what keep me going. So I'm excited to share a little bit about my story tonight. And I'm in Iowa. I don't know if anybody else is in Iowa. Drop a one if you're in Iowa, but this is where we're at. And I was introduced to this back in 2015 when I was just finishing up a pregnancy with my second child. And I really wasn't interested, y'all. I was young. I was just tired. I just expected myself to be tired for the rest of my life. And I was just trying to make things work. And working in behavioral health, I worked as a unit counselor in a hospital in a children's psychiatric unit. And then I also did in-home services and loved what I did, but I didn't realize how much it was burning me out very, very fast. And I think a lot of you teachers on here can really relate to that, I'm sure, because I was teaching, but at a different kind of level. So I thought I loved what I did, but I really wasn't looking for a way out. I was just trying to make ends meet, guys. And when I was introduced to this, I saw it through my mother-in-law first, and I saw a miraculous recovery. And now we cannot make claims with LifeVantage to cure, treat, prevent, mitigate any diseases. So we never will. But we're talking about oxidative stress. And if you start researching that, like I'm a researcher, I went to pubmed.gov and I started typing in oxidative stress and all the things, and my mind was blown. But I saw it happen to my mother-in-law after 4 years of debilitating pain and inflammation that no doctor could figure out. How many people out there, drop a 2 if you know somebody who no doctor can figure out right now? And that was her. And she was suffering, and that was so hard for me to watch. And so I'm watching this, and then all of a sudden I see her get better. And I was like, this is not normal, right? Not normal. And she got really, really excited because she got her life back. And she sat all of her kids down in a living room and she made us listen to a presentation. And I mean, I was like, okay, I'm glad it worked for you, but I'm just like, we don't have money. I'm not looking at this. But I am so thankful she followed up with me pretty relentlessly, actually. She did tell me a few times, oh, Amy, you would be so great at this business. And I literally laughed in her face. I said, no, I'm in social work. I'm in behavioral health. I don't sell, right? How many people have used that excuse? Like, you're doing this, but you can't do that. And I was like, no way. But I started getting more and more excited. So I was referring people to her all the time. And it wasn't until the light bulb, like I literally got hit on the head, like by God, I feel like, when I heard a cardiologist speak. And he said, I've been able to help more people proactively than I ever could reactively as a doctor. And that was when it was like the scales fell from my eyes. And I looked at my husband. I had been praying for my husband for years to have something natural that we could do instead of all the pharmaceutical things that the doctors were throwing at him to help him prevent certain heart outcomes. His dad died from a massive heart attack when he was just a baby. And my husband is turning the age this year that his dad died. And all those doctors were trying to get him on meds. They still are, y'all. They don't believe in what we're doing. But we found doctors that do. And that was my defining moment where I was like, this has studies on the heart. Like, this is our answer to prayer. This is what we've been looking for. It's not a cure-all, but this is like the missing link. And so I put my husband on this product. And then I was like, well, shoot, I probably should take it. I don't know about if any other women on this call, but I'm like one of those bulldozers. I just keep powering through it. I have a really high pain threshold. I didn't give myself enough credit when I was suffering from like these debilitating migraines and chronic fatigue. And I'd literally schedule my workday around a nap. And I just chalked it up to being like, this is life. I didn't realize that there was something really, really wrong with me. And when I started activating my body, it completely changed my life. My vitality is back. I don't even think about naps anymore. I don't have those things that I struggled with anymore. And so I started to see this happen. Well, okay, 2016, we jump in. I don't know a clue about this industry, but I'm coachable and I'm teachable. If we're teachers, we better be teachable too, right? We better be willing to learn a few new things. And guys, I also told myself and everybody else that I would never homeschool. That was like a never. I will never do network marketing and I will never homeschool. And guess what? The Lord just said, you're going to do both. Because I started doing this, and 2 years later, like Marisa said, I was able to come home from my day job. And I was able to be that mom that I wanted to be. I was able to be present. I was able to have energy. I was able to do so many things I never thought I'd be able to do. And I was able to work on my marriage, which was huge because we were kind of ships passing in the night. By the time my clients would start, my husband, when my husband would get home from his day job, my clients would start for the evening. And so this completely changed the entire dynamic of our life. But then 2020 hit. And I was just like, I really was wrestling with school and education and all the things. And I was like, I just really felt like I wanted to send my kids to school so I could be home and selfishly build my business. And I'm going to tell you guys, I was just praying about it. And the Lord was like, hey, Amy, I gave you this business for a reason. I gave you this business so you could be home to be a mom. And I gave you this business to grow so that when it was needed for your kids, you could be there. I want you to school them. And I cried for 2 weeks straight, sucked it up, plugged into a community, and started homeschooling. And it has been the best gift I have ever been able to give and do. And I'm so, so thankful. I don't know if there's any other homeschool mamas out there or people who wish they could have homeschooled or anything like that, but this provided that for us. And I didn't realize it at the time that we had created this avenue. And now we're part of an incredible collaborative community where my kids still do get to go to a community 2 days a week. And then I get that time away, and then I get their full attention and they get my full attention the other days of the week. So it's just been a huge blessing, guys. And this is a no hype company. I challenge you to. The product was about 9 minutes on this call. I encourage you, go back or get into another webinar and learn a little bit more, or just get it in your body, because you want to feel this way. You want to stop the guesswork. You want to get to the root of the issue. You want to activate what God put in your body to work the way that it was designed to work in a state of health. And if you do that, just watch and see what can happen in other people's bodies when you share this gift with them.
Amy, thank you. Drum roll to that for sure. And I just love, I love your path, and I love how this is all unfolded for you. And you've just really inspired so many people that might be thinking about it. So, thank the person that invited you to be on this call tonight. As we mentioned, our products do not cure, treat, or mitigate anything, any diseases, anything like that. They are activating systems in the body so that we hopefully don't have to treat the symptoms, right? Activate systems so you don't have to treat the symptoms. That's what health is about. To be well, we want to fix the cell. We want to have healthy cells. And we have a line of products that activate our systems through our Protandem cellular products. Learn more about them. We have the same technology in our hair care, our skin care. We have a brain drink. There's more to learn about LifeVantage. This is just a tip of the iceberg, but we appreciate you so much for being in tonight, for joining us, for spending this quality time with us. And please get back to that person that invited you. If you're on the replay, I mean, this is just such a gift. So thank you for having me host it. And thank you to our panelists for sharing tonight, Angie, Michelle, and Amy. Thank you again so much. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.